Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the East-West Apparel Company XFINITY series. We are live from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We are getting ready to go qualifying here. A couple recaps from last week. The driver of the 59 car has been DQ'd from last week's event. For wall riding in an attempt to gain an advantage, and will receive no points for last week's event. Additional penalties to 16 car clip and extra boxes, exiting his pit stall on lap 67/68, and will start the event EOL this week. Right, on to what's going to happen this week. We are 134 laps for Las Vegas Motor Speedway, 0 fast repairs, 3 extra sets of tires, 100% fuel. Stage break is going to be around lap 60. Talking to the drivers, they're estimating a fuel run between 50 to 55 laps. So I am going to imagine we're going to see at least one pit stop before lap 60, because otherwise they're not going to be able to make it the distance unless we have a lot of cautions. Let's see if I can find out. Take a quick peek at those. Alright, coming into tonight, Joshua Reese is still sitting number 1 on the leaderboard with 251 points. Mark Kalin is now in second with 235. Daniel Krim in third with 219. Aiden Giordano 214. He is currently sitting in fourth. Josh Walker in fifth with 211. Kyle Mays in sixth, tied with his brother Todd Mays at 181. Farron Elam Jr. and Matthew Seltzer tied for 8th with 175. Daniel Park rounding out our top 10 at 174. In 11th, we got Michael Steele with 171. Sean Patrick with 159, tied with Travis Lepanos for that 12th place. 1 point behind them, we have Mr. Devin Smith at 158. Brendan Griffiths with 157. Dean Qualley with 144, tied with Dylan Dunford for 18th. Landon Brown at 143. Anthony Hamilton 141. Steve Hogan at 135. And that's going to round out our top 20. Tight points battle all the way through the field. As we start our 6th week here. Good looking car. Oh, excuse me, folks. See that 45 of Brandon Griffith getting super loose out of turn number 4. Just as we kick off qualifying. Let's see who our first drivers are going to be to set down some quick times. It looks like we do have 30 cars here so far this evening. Dean Qualley unable to make this show tonight. I do believe he found a little sugar in his gas tank. One of the first cars out on the field is a 94 car of Dylan Dunford. We'll see what Dylan can do for his first lap. That's going to put him currently third with a 31.61.8. Ooh, he got loose as he was coming to the checkered flag for the end of his second lap. Jump on board with Forrest Hamilton Jr. as he's looking to set down a quick time. Mark Kalin jumps up to second on the leaderboard with a 31.366. First lap for Forrest. Gonna put him P13. We saw last week Mark Kalin at 62 going super fast. So he's a repeat performance here tonight. Second lap for Forrest Hamilton Jr. is going to jump up to 4. Good run for him. Josh Walker just about to complete his first lap. Alright, looks like qualifying has wrapped up. I don't believe Matt Moreau got to complete his lap. Alright, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Row number 1. Josh Reese, Mark Kalin. Row number 2, Steve Hogan, Forrest Hamilton Jr. Row number 3, we got Mr. Kyle Mays and Daniel Krim. Row number 4, Ben Park and Aiden Giordano. Row number 5, Farron Elam Jr. and Landon Brown. Row number 6, we got Brandon Griffiths and Dylan Dunford. Row number 7, we got Sean Patrick and Mr. Devin Smith. Row number 8, Josh Walker and Matthew Setzer. Row number 9, Jesse Adams and Timmy Green. Row number 10, Derek Regal and Jay Green. Row number 11, Jeremy Lepanis, Josh Fox. Row 12, Lee Krause, Todd Mays. Row number 13, Mr. Michael Steele and Travis Lepanis. Row 14, Dan Park and Matthew Chandler. Row 15, we got Logan Tackett and Matthew Moreau and Dwayne Kernahan. Starting in P number 31, shotgun on the field all by himself in row number 16. Yeah, Megan, Kalen is pretty quick here tonight. He's rolling off in second. Looks like we're actually waiting for him to grid right now. Ooh, the 62 car has missed the grid. Not sure what happened there. Josh Walker has jumped to the pits. Mark Kalen missed the grid on this one. So he's going to be starting in the back. Stage break at lap 60. 134 laps is the distance here tonight. We got 3 extra sets of tires. So a total of 4 with the one that's on the car. Beautiful looking field of cars here tonight. Looking forward to seeing all the racing action from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. If you are looking for a place to race, come join us in the EFRL. Monday nights we have the East to West Apparel Company XFINITY series. On Tuesday nights we have a doubleheader. We've got the FALCONGRAFIX Legend series, followed clearly by the EFRL Dirt Street Stock series. And then on Thursday nights we get really down and dirty with the Dirt Car series. Green flag is in the air, and number 3 car is going to get a pretty good run on the outside. Forrest Hamilton, Josh Reese charging back on that bottom. Not sure what's going on with the 3 car. He is coming down pit road. There's something about a black flag. He might have jumped the start according to iRacing. Looks like it was just a drive-through penalty. Up front, we got Reese. It's hard to hear me talking over the cars. Well, let's do a little bit of adjusting. Thank you, Megan, for the information. Let's give that a try. How is that, ma'am? Back up front, we got Joshua Reese, Daniel Krim, Kyle Mays, Steve Hogan, and Landon Brown leading. Here comes the 22 of Mays on that high side, challenging Daniel Krim for second. He's going to have the position that time by. Here comes the 30 of Stephen Hogan. He might be looking to follow the Maze machine through. No problem, Megan. Thank you for the information. I always appreciate it. Oh, that's no good, Ryan. Never good when we got pedal issues. Daniel Krim falling back just a little bit now. He is dropping back to 6th position. Big mover early on, though, is it Landon Brown in that 83 machine. Hogan, we do have a new leader. Hogan has taken over the lead from Joshua Reese. Reese falling back just a little bit, taking it early in the early parts of these ones. Here comes Brown challenging for second. Looking to pass Kyle Mays on the bottom. He's going to have him cleared as we cross the line. Mark Kalin has joined this field now. But he is going to be 8 laps down. Unfortunate for Mark Kalin. Second fastest car in qualifying. He's had a super fast car the last couple weeks. Up front, that battle for second is not over. Kyle Mays now trying to make a pass on the bottom side of Landon Brown. New maps and new buttons, and I can't find the buttons I'm looking for. Here we go. Turn on the track map so we can see where these guys are located. Three-way battle now for second. Here comes Ben Park up into the mix. Thank you to our FALCONGRAFIX aerial cam. 12 laps into this one, everybody's running pretty smooth. Let's take a little look deeper in the pack, see what's going on here. A lot of cars are pretty stretched out. Couple different packs. New paint scheme on that number 8 for Farron Elam Jr. Looks like we got Traveler's Whiskey on board. 55 still running his throwback paint scheme, Joe Nemechek car. Got a whole mess of cars right here in front of Travis Lapenas. See that 62 car now, Mark Galen. He's able to hold on to these guys. Unfortunately, missing the grid has put him 6 laps down, but you never know what happens here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right? He's right on the back bumper of Travis Lapenas, pushing him through the tri-oval. Kyle Mays, new leader. Third lead change early on. Now here comes the 17 of Ben Park. Side by side as they exit turn number 2. Door to door. Kyle Mays holding on currently. Ben Park not giving an inch. Looking for that Ford Thunderbird to take the lead and get some bonus points. Sorry, Ford Mustang, not Thunderbird. That's what I drive. Mays going to hold on that time by. Ben Park's going to fall down into second now. Top 4 cars have a pretty big gap from everybody else at the moment. As we start on lap 20. Hogan coming back on that high side. Battling side by side now with Park for second place. They're going to be short-lived as Park is going to clear him coming out of turn number 2. Ooh, Park gets a little sideways. I did hear some drivers talking about how loose these cars are. Oh, caution is out on the speedway. Not sure what the caution was for. See if we can track it down here. Oh, there's a car backwards. Who do we got? Matthew Setzer went around. Let's back that up just a little bit so we can track that back to see exactly what happened. Matthew gets up into the wall a couple times, comes down and hits the 1 car, back up into the wall. He's going to collect the 21 of Aiden Giordano, last week's race winner. Looked like some pretty heavy damage for the 21 machine. All the drivers are coming down the pit road. Aiden still sitting on pit road. Heavy damage to this 21 machine. Fires it back up. He's going to try to get out there before the lead car comes around. That way he does not go a lap down. Back out. He might have more work to do on that car, unfortunately. Good news for the 62 car of Mark Halen. That's going to give him a lap back. Now he's only 5 laps down. Driver that is very happy to see that caution come out, though, is going to be that number 3 car of Forrest Hamilton Jr. He was very close to going a lap down. After the shakeup of the pit strategy, we got a new race leader. Sean Patrick in the 26 machine, and Farron Elam is going to be on the outside front row. I wouldn't be too shocked if those two just took fuel only to make sure they had enough to make it to the stage break on lap 60. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going to be going back green flag racing when we come out of turn number 4 into the tri-oval. Green flag is in the air. Patrick and Elam going to lead us down into turn number 1. Yep, I agree, Megan. Let's get those laps back. We want to see that 62 battling for the lead. He's definitely got his work cut out for him tonight. We got to see these cars jockeying for position up front. On the leaderboard here, we can see the positions, game positions lost. Patrick and Mays both gained. Sean Patrick is up a total of 11 positions from where he started. That 22 of Mays stretching his lead out now just a little bit over the rest of the field, as the 26 of Sean Patrick slowly beginning to fade. I'm guessing he did not take tires, so older tires not running as fast. He is a half a second faster or slower than our leaders right now. Same with Farron Elam Jr. So they got the track position, but now they don't have the speed to compete. They did get, or at least the 26 car did get a bonus point for leading a lap under caution. Jeremy Lapinus in that 33 machine, up 9 positions from where he started. Jeremy's one of those drivers that doesn't get to race with us a whole lot. Normally puts on a pretty good show when he's able to. Just work schedule doesn't allow him to race with us as much as he would like to. Oh! Farron Elam Jr. hard into the wall. No caution is out. He pancaked that thing real hard going through the tri-oval. Hogan has reeled that 22 car of Mays back in. Top 4 cars are pretty close. We got a little bit of a gap back to 5th. And then we got a fairly decent gap from 5th to 6th. Daniel Krim currently running around in 6th. Leader of that second group. Looks like we do have 1 car on pit road, and that is a 6 car of Logan Tackett. Matthew Setzer now 4 laps down. If a caution does come out now, he would be the recipient of the lucky dog. Ooh, the 83 brushes up against that wall through the tri-oval. Actually, that was coming out of turn 4. This race up front, staying pretty tight. Mays, Hogan, Park in the mix. Brown, now Walker looks like he's closed that gap to bring him up to this top pack of 4 cars. Then we have a 2-second deficit between 5th and 6th place. Top 5 cars staying in formation. That's how they're able to stretch out that lead over the rest of the field. Looking out the back bumper of the Kyle Mays machine, looking back at that number 30 car of Hogan. Alright, we're going to do a little segment we like to call Crank It Up. Alright, we're back. Not much has changed up front. Let's run down our field real quick. Leading right now, we got the 22, Kyle Mays. Stephen Hogan running in second. Ben Park and that number 17 machine running in third. Josh Walker is taking over the fourth place. He is up 11 spots. Landon Brown currently running in fifth. He's up 5 spots. Joshua Reese, our pole sitter, currently running in sixth. Daniel Krim currently running in seventh. Dan Park up at 19 spots. He is currently running in eighth. Jeremy Lepenis, one of our few Canadian drivers we have here tonight with us, he is currently running in ninth spot. Forrest Hamilton Jr., after having that drive-through penalty on lap number 1, he is back up to 10th. Timmy Green in that 162 TRD special, he is currently running in 11th. He is up 7 positions. Matthew Chandler having a great run here tonight. He is up 16 spots, currently running in 12th. Michael Steele, another big mover. He is up 12 spots, currently running in the 13th position. Devin Smith, that number 95 Budweiser machine, he's running in the same spot he started in. He is currently running in 14th. Derek Regal in that number 86, currently running in 15th. Sean Patrick, after leading a lap, fallen all the way back now to 15th position. Still 4 spots from where he was. Brandon Griffiths battling side by side. Brandon has dropped 6 spots from the start of this event. Jay Green in that number 25. Ooh, Sean Patrick up into the wall a little bit. Jay is currently running in a 17th spot. He is up 3 positions. Lee Krause, he's up 4 spots. He's just riding around, I can guarantee it. It's still early. He doesn't want to play his hand too quickly here. He is in 19th. Dylan Dunford is in 20th. Travis Lepenis up 5 spots. He is currently in 21st position. Dwayne Kernahan, JTD Motorsports teammate for Travis and Jeremy, he is currently sitting in 22nd. Josh Fox, currently riding around in P number 23. Josh Fox is a past champion in the EFRL. Todd Mason at 54 machine, currently running in 24th. Matt Moreau up 5 spots. He is currently in 25th. Farron Elam Jr. is in 26th. After slapping a wall, a lot of damage to that car. Aiden Giordano currently in 27th. Jesse Adams taking that number 55 down pit road. He is currently in 28th. Matthew Setzer in 29th. Mark Kalin in 30th. Still trying to get some of those laps back. It's going to be hard to do now that we have other cars laps down. Back up front, we got the Maze Machine Bobcat sponsored car. Running pretty solidly in first. He's got Hogan on his back bumper. 11 to go before our stage break. Drivers should have enough fuel to make it to the end of the stage break, but everybody will be pitting then. If you are looking for a place to race, come check out the EFRL. We have racing 3 nights a week. Monday nights we have the East to West Apparel Company XFINITY Series. Tuesday nights, currently, we are running the FALCONGRAFIX Legend Series and the EFRL Dirt Street Stock Series. When those do wrap up, we will be switching over to late model Tuesday night. We're going to run late model stocks on asphalt and then limited late models on dirt. Wednesday nights we're off. Thursday nights we're back in action with the Dirt Cars double header. We start the night off with the mini stocks, and then we're going to jump in the big boys, the UMP modifieds. We kind of run Thursday nights like it would be like at your local track. Both cars run on the same track that evening, and we try to put on a good show for our viewers. So thanks everybody for tuning in here tonight. But if you are looking for any more racing action, we got you covered here on All the Dirt. 2 more nights a week. Ooh, that 17 car got pretty loose coming out of turn number 4. Looks like Parks got his hands full. 7 laps to go before the stage break. It does look like Kyle Mays is going to be catching the 38 car. Oh, I just drew a blank on his name. Of Matt Moreau. Matt's going to do what he can to try to stay on that lead lap before the stage break. If he does go a lap down, he would be the first driver a lap down, and he would get the lap back. But unfortunately, that would hurt the 8 car of Farron Elam Jr., who's also currently 1 lap down. Aiden Giordano back in the pits. The 38 is moving up the track. He's going to let the leaders go by. 5 laps to go in the stage. Kyle Mays looks like he has this stage wrapped up, but don't count out that 30 car of Stephen Hogan just yet. And look who is working his way back towards the front. Our pole sitter, Mr. Joshua Reese. Just looking to make a move on the bottom side of Ben Park. Ben's going to shut the door on him through the trial. Side by side down the back straightaway. We got 4 laps to go in this stage. Every position counts. Top 10 cars do receive stage points. The field is frozen once the top 10 cars cross the start-finish line and the caution is waved. Kyle Mays maneuvering around some more lap cars, this time of Jesse Adams. And that Bell South Joe Nemechek throwback. I did have a good birthday, James. Thank you very much, sir. How are you doing? Did you have a good birthday? I do believe it was your birthday, close to mine. Joshua Reese now moving up into 3rd. He's going to take 2nd away from Steve Hogan. Oh, he got a little loose on the bottom side. Hogan's going to have him at the stripe, but not by much. Caution is out. That was not for the stage break. It looks like we had a crash. See what happened here. We are riding on with Jay Green in the 25 car. Oh, tried to move up, was not clear of the 45. that will work as our stage break. Yep, September 2nd. Mine is the 3rd. That's pretty cool. Hard slap to the wall. All drivers I'm anticipating are going to come in for fuel, full set of tires. All of the leaders are coming down pit road. Matt Moreau should be receiving the lucky dog. We'll watch the pit stop for that number 1 machine of Joshua Reese. Our pole sitter, he has got one of the best spots. Once he drops that car, he can hammer down and be right off pit road. Ooh. Looks like Mays and Hogan might have beat him off pit road. Oh, Ben Park as well. He actually lost a spot. Alright, we're going to get these cars re-racked and restacked. And not only did I have a great birthday a couple weeks ago, James, but I see it was your daughter-in-law's birthday. Was it yesterday or the day before? So we'd like to send a quick happy birthday out to Marcy Steele. We're getting all these cars re-racked and restacked. You do have a quick minute to go get an ice cold beverage, maybe use the bathroom real quick, and we'll see you back here as these cars get ready to go green. Oh, excuse me, folks. Yep, yesterday. Okay, that's what I thought. So up here it is late in the season for racing. I live far north up in Minnesota. So this past weekend was our 46th annual Paul Bunyan Stampede. Saturday night we had 113 cars in 8 classes. We ended up having a 2-hour rain delay. But the cars put on some great racing. We got to see a first-time feature winner, Tucker Jacobson, in the B mods, or the Wissota Midwest mods, if you will. Sunday night, unfortunately, got rained out for. Supposed to be a doubleheader. But we'll be back racing next summer, right around the first weekend or the last weekend in May, right after Memorial Day. All right, up front we got Mays and Park, and then it is just a big old mess. Everybody's jockeying for position on cold tires. Got to be careful, especially coming out of turn number 4. We've seen some cars planted up into that outside wall. Alright, we got 70 laps to go for stage number 2. Or our final stage, if you will. Kyle Mays is looking pretty strong in that 22 car tonight. He's been fast every week, but tonight he has probably led the most laps so far. So speaking of Michael Steele, check out Steele Graphics and Designs. Michael has painted quite a few cars here. I know that it's number 17, a Ben Park car he has painted up. The 62 car of Kalen, he was one he has painted. You won't be disappointed if you get hold of Michael Steele. One of our biggest movers of tonight is that number 81 car of Matthew Chandler. Matthew is up 20 spots, currently riding around in 8th. Looks like we only have one driver officially out of this one, and that's Logan Tackett. Mark Kalen, Jesse Adams, both 5 laps down, unfortunately. Forrest Hamilton Jr. still trying to work his way back up to the front after receiving that end of longest line or drive-through penalty on lap 1. He's going to get it done on the high side, getting around Chandler. Now looking to make a move on the number 2 car of Walker. Hamilton creeping his way back towards the front. Daniel Park has taken over the lead. Kyle Mays not giving up so easily yet. Coming right back at him. 83 car of Dan Brown. Sorry, Landon Brown. Right there on the back bumper of that 22 machine. Not sure if that's going to be a help or a hindrance. As loose as these cars look coming out of turn number 4. Mays has got to run on the bottom. Brown now trying to get in there. He's going to clear Mays, take over that second spot. He's got a bumper underneath. Oh! Some slight contact between him and the 17 car there as they exited turn number 2. Got a great battle up front. Oh, that sounds pretty cool. In October, huh? Yeah, it's way too cold to race up here by then. We've generally had snow on the ground by the end of October. Brown all over the back bumper of Park. It's actually running a little bit faster lap times. Okay, last lap by. Ben Park was about a tenth quicker that time. Mays now getting a run on the high side, trying to get back around Brown. Well, we know whose money James is betting on. We know who Megan is betting on. What are the rest of y'all thinking? Who's going to be the winner of this one tonight? Who are you cheering for? That 22 of May is way up high. Brown's starting to struggle a little bit now. Here comes Mays challenging back for that lead. Lap 79, side by side as we go through turns 1 and 2. Oh, the 17 gets up into the wall. He's going to lose some momentum. That's going to allow Mays to shut the door and take over the lead. 55 laps to go. These guys have been putting on a great show here tonight. A lot of patience being shown. I like that. Only 2 cautions so far this evening. And one of them was right around where we would have had the stage break anyway. Ooh, the 17 car gets loose right in front of Brown. He's going to lose maybe another position. Park might have been driving a little bit too hard and burned up them back tires. So we all last pitted right around lap 59, lap 60. Fuel run, I was told, was anywhere from 50 to 55 laps. So we could see green flag pit stops here in 20 laps. Those will always make it exciting. Here comes Hogan back on that high side. Don't count out that one car of Joshua Reese. He is lurking in the top 5, right in 5th. I would keep a close eye on that number 1 car as the laps start to wind down. He's within striking distance. And look who is back up to 6th. Forrest Hamilton Jr. Almost going a lap down. That'd be the time to go fishing. No, up here we don't go fishing until it's about 30 below and there's 7 inches of ice at least on the lakes. And then we'll fish all winter long. Bring out them ice castles. Ben Park way out of shape. He's getting challenged by Hogan. Hogan's going to try to take over that second spot. Reese quietly working his way forward. Now up to fourth. Looking to the inside of Park. Speaking of steel, where is that guy? Michael Steele currently running in 15th spot. He is up 10 spots from where he started. He did not take a qualifying lap, so he had to start in the back. He's just quietly riding around, biding his time, keeping that number 5 car clean, lean, and mean for when it's go time. Another driver we haven't talked too much about tonight is that number 7 car, Dan Park. Dan had a pretty good run last week. Got together coming out of turn number 4. Pretty wild finish for us. Reese is now moved up to third, looking to go past Hogan on that high side. As Hogan's making a bid for the lead. Now Reese is going to drop down below and see if he can't follow the 30 car through. Oh, we're going to be almost 3 wide as we exit turn number 2. Mays going up the hill. 30 car gets loose. Reese all the way down to the apron. 3 wide was across the stripe going down into turn number 1. Reese is going to take the lead. Kyle Mays battling back now on the bottom. Lap 90 of 134. 40 laps to go. Sorry, 45 laps to go. Reese is going to have to start maneuvering through some lap cars here, we see. .25 car green. Second through 7th. Through 6th, pretty bunched up. Ooh. Park and Mays almost touch. Brown looking to take advantage. Ooh, Forrest Hamilton Jr. gets all kinds of crooked. We saw him just on the top of our screen there before we changed angles. Joshua Reese now setting up a nice little cushion between him and Hogan. Stretching that out to almost a second. Mark Kalin back in the pits, unfortunate for him. Caution is out. This looks like it was involving Timmy Green. Let's see if we can't see what happened here. Oh, Timmy Green slides way up, catches the wall, hooks the 45 of Griffith, slams into the inside wall. Caution is out for the third time today. I would expect to see all of the top drivers take advantage of this caution. Joshua Reese catching up to the pace car here. All right, well, these cars are under caution. We'll be right back. All right, the cars have been serviced. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing. Sorry about that. I had to go check on my supper. Everybody should have enough fuel to go the distance now. Fresh set of 4 tires. And hopefully a lot of these drivers should still have 1 set left in case we have a late caution, a green-white checkered, you never know. Joshua Reese gets a good restart. Kyle Mays and Hogan battling side by side for second. Hogan's going to go way up the track. He's going to fall back now. You got to be careful on cold tires. I do want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight and spending your Monday night here with us on All the Dirt. We've only had 3 cautions tonight. You guys have been putting on a great show, a lot of back and forth, a lot of patience, which I really appreciate, and I know they do too. Top 3 get single filed out here. Reese, Mays, and Brown have stretched it out just a little bit of a gap over Lee Krause now. Up into 4th place, 5th place. He is up 18 positions. He was just riding around for the early parts of this one.
Return to base.
Oh, we may have a 3-way battle up front. Kyle Mays challenging. He's going to take the lead on the high side from Joshua Reese. And here comes the 83 of Brown, going to follow him around. Oh, I did not mean for that to rhyme. I am so sorry. Brown now trying to challenge for the lead. He's going to take it as they exit turn number 4, coming to the tri-oval. Lee Krause is going to take over a 4th place from Forrest Hamilton.
Autobots return to base.
One of the drivers having a great run here tonight is Mr. Matthew Chandler. Right in the thick of things, running in the top 10 right now. Sean Patrick has worked his way back up there. Currently running in 11th after falling way back early on. Staying out on older tires. "25 cars on the lead lap yet." Sean Patrick itching his way forward. He is up now to 8th. As he is passing Devin Smith. He is right behind the 30 of Hogan, who is one of our early on race favorites. He was running in the top 3 most of the race. Landon Brown holding on pretty strong. Lee Krause now going to go around Joshua Reese, take over 3rd place. Sounds like there's a little bit of communication between the two of them. And Josh Reese goes, "Go ahead and take it for now, and we'll see what happens later, buddy." Lee Krause has been one of those guys who's just been real quiet tonight, taking it easy, working his way steadily through the field. and now is in podium position, challenging. We got 29 laps to go. Everybody has stuck it out other than Logan Tackett. He's the only car out of this event. Up front, we got Brown, Mays, Kraus, Reese, Hamilton, our top 5. Then we got Krim, Hogan, Smith, Patrick, and Walker rounding out our top 10. Last week's winner, Aiden Giordano, 8 laps down, unfortunately. He got involved in that one of those early cautions and a little too much damage, unable to recover. But I feel like we're going to have a great battle up front between these top 3 cars. And I wouldn't count out that number 1 car of Reese either. 26 laps to go. He's kind of just hanging back, taking it easy, saving his stuff for the later part of this run. Lee Kraus gains a ton coming out of turn number 4. He's going to drop to the bottom to try to get a run on Mays as we enter into turn number 3. He's going to clear Mays, take away second place. That Chevy Camaro of Kraus looking real strong in the closing laps of this event. Kraus now all over the back bumper of that 83 machine of Brown. He's going to go high as we go into turn number 2. Mays still right on his back bumper. I'm going to jump on board with that 99 of Lee Kraus, see what he sees. Here I'm working that throttle through turns 3 and 4. Got good speed going down the front straightaway through the trial oval. .22 laps to go for that 83 machine of Landon Brown. Lee Kraus ain't going to make it easy on him. He is all over the back bumper, just waiting for that 83 to slip up just a little bit. Joshua Reese now back up into third. Real close-up view of that number 99 machine of Lee Kraus. Well, he's going to go to the high side through the tri-oval. Oh, way up high. He's going to get up into the wall. He's going to lose a ton of momentum. That's going to allow Reese to take over second. Kraus is going to drop all the way back to fifth, folks. Here comes the number 1 of Joshua Reese challenging for the lead as we come out of turn number 4. He's got him by a fender. Brown's got him as they go through the tri-oval. 18 laps to go. Reese clears him. Here comes the 83. Now he's going to try to do a crossover, move back underneath them as they exit turn number 2 and down the back straightaway side by side once again. I wouldn't want to lay any bets down on who's going to bring this one home. Lee Kraus trying to work his way back through after slipping up and getting to that outside wall. Top 5 right now, we got Reese, Brown, Mays, Hamilton, and Kraus. Reese stretching out that lead. 0.4 of a second over Brown and Hamilton. Oh, Hamilton's getting loose. Hamilton, after doing a drive-through penalty on lap 1, has worked his way back up to 3rd. .14 laps to go. Reese continues to add a little more cushion to his lead. He's up to 0.5 of a second now over Brown. Our leader is going to catch the 86 of Regal here pretty quick. Hamilton still all over the back bumper of Brown. Oh, Lee Kraus looked like he got a little loose. He's going to lose a couple more spots. He is going to drop all the way back to 8th now after getting loose coming out of turn number 4. It's hard to believe just 5 laps ago he was challenging for the lead. Oh, yeah, that's I think that's a little too hot for this northern boy. Aiden Giordano staying down low and out of the leader's way. Derek Regal moving way up the track, trying to stay out of Reese's way. 10 laps to go. And look who has crawled up into the top 10. Michael Steele. Steele having a really good run. He's been real consistent all night, working his way forward. He is up 17 positions from where he started, up to 8th spot now, with 9 laps to go. Oh, somebody blinked out. Reese in the lead, Hamilton Jr. now in second. Landon Brown in third. Josh Walker has moved up to fourth. Steve Hogan in fifth. Lee Krause dropped down to sixth. Oh! Caution is going to be out for the 86 of Regal. He was blinking on my screen. 1 second, folks. Michael Steele was asking for someone to check his right rear to see if he got any damage. Looking pretty good from where I'm sitting. The 86 of Regal has been warned about his connection issue. That is what brought out that caution. It's going to get everybody re-racked, restacked here with less than 10 to go. We could be into our first green-white checkered attempt. Lee Krause, Michael Steele.
Hey Michael, if you do have damage, let me know how long you damage.
Taking pits. Up front, our leaders have opted to stay out. No damage for the 5 car, which is good. Unfortunately, he did have to pit. So, final stage, that's so where we're at now. Let's check out a race recap here. We're on lap 129 of 134. 4 cautions for 12 laps, 10 lead changes. Joshua Reese is our current leader. So Joshua Reese has led 29 laps. We're getting restacked, re-racked, ready to go back green flag racing. Forrest Hamilton has only led 1 lap. Landon Brown, 16 laps. Steve Hogan, 13 laps. Ben Park, 10 laps. All right, green flag should be coming out of turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. Reese is going to get a good launch. Hamilton on the high side, Brown on the bottom, and Walker hanging out on that high side right beside him. Our ticker is saying 4 laps to go. Forrest Hamilton trying to challenge for the lead. Here comes the number 2 of Walker. He's going to take over second place. Caution is out. See if we can't see what happened here. Oh, Michael Steele. Let's back that up and get a good look here.
So Sam, I'd really like to know how a car 5-lap ranking
Looks like that startup might have been with Jeremy Lepenis. Back that up just a little bit more again.
Can the leader choose what
3 wide going into the corner. Looks like Jeremy washes up, collects Michael Steele. Oh, Lee Krause got nowhere to go. Oh, what an unfortunate event. Michael Steele having such a great run. That is going to set up our green-white checkered.
Jesse, how kill is not coming? Race until 5 that on the 33.
That one is going to be called on the 33 car. Unfortunately for Michael Steele, he was the recipient of that one. But I think the worst of it was for Lee Krause and the number 62 of Kalen. Unfortunately for him, he was still 6 laps down, but he had a clean car, 0X. He just missed the grid. Looks like Reese has opted to take the bottom line this time. This will be our second attempt at a green-white checkered. And now Reese and Walker are going to try this one more time. Hamilton, Brown, and Park round out our top 5. Alright, lights are off on the base car. Let's try this one more time. Reese, Walker on the front row. Hamilton, Brown, row number 2. Park and Hogan on row number 3. Dan's got his brother right behind him. But I do believe Ben is several laps down now. Nope, he is in 8th place. Why is he on the bottom? Oh, that is not a question for me. That is a question for our race control. Green flag in the air. 3 laps to go. Second attempt at a green-white checkered. Reese gets a great restart. Hamilton's going to follow him through. Park trying to clear Brown. Oh! Car hard into the inside wall. No caution yet. There it is. I do believe that is going to start right around Ben Park. Yep. Let's back this thing up and see where this went wrong. Let's change views on this thing so we can actually see here. Oh, I might need to back that up just a hair further here. Okay, I'm not quite sure how... Yep, okay. Okay, we're going to get everybody re-racked, restacked. This is our last attempt at a green-white checkered. Reese, Walker, Hamilton, Brown, Park, Hogan, top 6. Nothing has changed up there. Alright. We had a great race up until these last 20 laps. Well, they've all been under caution, unfortunately. And that's kind of what happens. You get bunched back up. Everybody's trying to make something happen at the end of the race, and cautions breed cautions. You'll see it in NASCAR. You'll see it at your local racetrack. Guys know that the time is running out and they need to make something happen. They get, I wouldn't say desperate, but they get ambitious. So we're going to have a restart, last restart of the race. If they don't take the white flag, we will end under caution. If they take the white flag, they should be able to race it out. We have Walker and Reese on the front row. Once again, Walker on the high side. Reese has opted to take the low line again. Worked really well for him on the last restart. We'll see if he can get it done one more time here. I do want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight for all the dirt and for the East to West Apparel Company XFINITY series. These guys have been putting on a pretty good show. We've had some great battles all through the night, all through the racetrack. I do want to give a quick shout out to Michael Steele, who is back up to 9th now after getting caught up in one of those events. We'll see where he can finish this one out. Our biggest mover of the race so far is Mr. Dan Park. 22 positions he has improved. Did not take a qualifying lap, and he is currently in P number 5. Pace car is going to dip off as we come out of the turn number 4, entering in the tri-oval, and Reese is going to lead us to the restart zone. Green flag is in the air. Solid restart by everybody up front. Joshua Reese is going to lead us down into turn number 1. Here comes Forrest Hamilton Jr. in that number 3 machine. Whoa, we got our car going crazy. If he keeps it back off the racing surface, there won't be a caution. Leaders look like they're going to take the white flag. No, final lap. Hamilton sideways as they exit turn number 2. They are crashing all over the place behind them. Final lap coming out of turn number 4. We got Reese, Walker, Hamilton. Here comes the 45 of Brandon Griffiths. Griffiths wrecks. Top 3, Reese, Walker, Hamilton. What a crazy finish. Alright, we'll give these drivers just a minute to get lined up and get some pictures taken, and then we're going to do some post-race interviews. All right, it looks like our top 3 drivers are ready for some interviews. All right, finishing third, at least unofficially at the moment, we got that number 3 car of Mr. Forrest Hamilton Jr.
How's it going?
Dude, you had probably one of the craziest races. So the 62 car misses the grid. So you're supposed to start fourth. You slide up, and now you're starting second. Green flag comes out. You get a good start, but it sounded like you got a black flag, and you end up do a pass-through penalty.
Yeah, what I think had happened is when I rolled down the hill on that initial restart, right as it went green, as I was rolling down the hill, I wasn't mile per hour wise, I wasn't faster than leader, but I had gotten in front of him where I rolled down the hill, and that's what gave me the black flag.
You spent the whole night working your way back through that field. You almost went a lap down before that first caution came out. Like they were within a quarter lap of catching you. And you just stayed persistent. You worked your way back through the field. You had a little bit of a problem there in that last lap where you got super loose coming out of the corner.
Yeah, the car was loose the entire last part of that run, and the green white checkers didn't help cooling the tires down and whatnot.
But overall, man, you were persistent. You kept your nose in the game. You just kept plugging away and bringing home the 3 car in a top 3 position after what happened on that opening lap. I gotta congratulate you. That's some heads up racing.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we just stayed in it. My teammates kept my head clear. Again, I want to apologize to the 45 car. I seen him coming. I just tried to race him hard. As he slid up, he got me in the door. I tried to miss the wall, and I got him right in the right rear.
Yeah, and then he went for a heck of a ride straight into that outside wall.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. I didn't mean to junk him. We tried to race as hard as we could.
Well, congratulations on finishing third. Who do you want to give a shout out to?
Just my teammates for keeping me in the game there. I owe them big time. They just kept me focused on what I needed to do. They knew I had speed. They know every week. Just got to keep me in the game because I get frustrated quickly.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you very much. We'll be back in just a minute. All right, sorry about that delay, folks. Mr. Josh Walker bringing home that number 2 machine in second. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good.
Wow, that got a little crazy there at the end.
Yeah, it did. Say on these restarts on a little bit older tires, it can get a little bit hairy there.
That is for sure. I think when Reese took that high side on that one restart, I think you might have had him.
Yeah, I was actually thinking the complete opposite when he done that, and when I was able to drive it off into one and two, and not have to completely lift out of it to keep it underneath me, and was able to drag racing down the back straightaway. I was like, dang, we might have a chance going through three and four here, and that caution just come out at the wrong time for us. And after that, he decided to take the bottom the next restart, and that kind of he was able to restart better in the bottom, most definitely.
That is true. You guys managed to keep your nose clean. You guys ran up front pretty much all night long. That number 2 car was strong tonight.
Yeah, we we screwed up and missed the start of the race, so we had to start in the pit. So I think when the green flag dropped and I pulled out off pit row, it was 29th or whatever the last place car was, and we drove up inside the top four there, pretty early at the end of the towards the end of the stage, and kind of fell back. I think we wound up seventh or eighth at the end of that stage. So car was pretty good all night. I was kind of weary about the long runs with the settings I went with. But I started to just trying to pace myself off a Reese there, and it helped me be able to save my tires underneath me. And there at the end, like I said, he was still a little bit better than us, but it most definitely brought us closer together and being able to keep the same pace as him.
Well, congratulations on bringing home that number 2 car in second. It was nice watching you guys battle up front. Nice, clean racing with all of our leaders. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to my teammates, Kyle and Kyle May, Stephen Hogan, and Todd May. Stephen finally had a good race, just about all race, and then there at the green white checkers got up caught up in that last wreck there, and I'm just glad he finally had a good night. And Kyle run up front a lot of the night and kind of burned his tires up there towards that last green flag run, and but other than that, Ed Lock Dock and just Marco's Pizza and everybody that is with us through this thing.
All right, buddy. We'll see you back next week.
Appreciate it.
Started on the pole, finished in number 1, Mr. Joshua Reese.
What is up, Mick? We're back.
You are back and with some authority, I feel like. I know you fell back a little bit there at the beginning, but I knew that was going to be by design. You were just kind of taking it easy and not really challenging these guys and letting them burn their stuff up early.
Oh yeah, the car was felt like very good on the long run, one of the best, honestly. And I think just some of those guys that were up there, I mean, they were fast. They just were going a little bit too fast at the beginning of the run, and just were struggling for rear grip at the end. And I could really tell once I would start to run them back down, and I could tell their rear ends were kicking out of each corner.
I know that last couple laps, those restarts got crazy.
I'm tired of having to win these races on overtime restarts, dude. It it's like I'm glad we got it done, obviously, but I'm like, man, just want to win one of these ones like under green, just with no worries and pressure.
Yeah, and definitely if that would have went green those last 20 laps, I don't think there would have been much these guys could have done to catch you.
Yeah, I think just we were slowly pulling away from the guys behind us. I think we did a good job of saving our stuff and just being able to use the tires when needed to get up there when other guys were kind of starting to pick up their pace too. I kind of did that just when other guys behind me just thought it was time to push. I was like, okay, it's time to push. And I said like 20 to go is when you got to start to pick up the pace. And 20 to go came, and I was like, okay, guys behind me are pushing. Now I got to start pushing.
Yep, you're probably one of the best in the business on knowing when it's time to go.
Uh, I mean, I didn't do that myself, honestly. I've learned from many different people when it comes to iRacing. I still consider myself, honestly, a newbie at this. I mean, I've had this for like a year and a half or so, and I've learned from a lot of different people, obviously, my team and some guys at Dark Horse as well.
Well, that's part of the plan right there. Is just surrounding yourself with guys that can help you and teach you and coach you along the way and make you better overall.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like honestly, the group of guys that I worked with on like NASCAR heat and all that, and they were like, "Oh, you should get iRacing. You should get iRacing." I'm like, "Dude, I'm gonna suck at iRacing. It's completely different from NASCAR heat. I'm gonna suck at it." And then like, I picked it up and I was like, "It's not as bad as what I thought it would be."
Yeah, I never really played NASCAR Heat much. I used to be NASCAR Racing 2003 way back in the day. But
Yeah, I don't think I was old enough for that one.
did you just call me old?
I'm not calling you old. I'm saying I'm young. I promise.
Well, I did just turn 51, so I'm all right with it.
Yeah, my mom turned 50 today.
Oh, she's single? No, I'm just kidding.
Happy birthday to her though.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. Tell your mom happy birthday. We've had quite a few birthdays here just recently. Michael Steele's dad's birthday, Michael Steele's wife's birthday, a whole bunch of birthdays.
Yeah, Tom's birthday was today, I think.
Oh, yep, Tom's birthday. So yeah, we've had quite a few just recently. Well, I tell you what, that number 1 car, I like the orange, I like the yellow, and you are looking great up front.
Yeah, we're 2 for 2 in this orange car. It feels good. Hopefully we can keep the undefeated streak in it going whenever we run it.
Yes, sir. Well, congratulations on finishing first. I know we've already talked about your teammates a little bit, but who do you want to give a shout out to?
Obviously, my team at Josh Shocks Motorsports, Josh, Dan, Aiden, he's JFM affiliate pretty much, and also Ben, obviously, and Jesse too. It's good working with all of them. I mean, that's really it. Honestly, congrats to Josh Walker on second and Forrest on third. Congrats to both of them too. And thank you for guys for putting on the broadcast every week. Obviously, you guys do a great job.
Well, thank you very much. You guys did a great job early on. I know it got a little crazy there at the end, a lot of cautions, but early on, this race was amazing. A lot of patience was shown, and everybody was just being very respectful.
Yeah, the racing felt like was really good. In that last stage, I felt like pretty ballsy move to get to the lead. I don't know if you were.
I was.
I was talking to my teammate Ben. Because he was right behind me. I was like, "Did you like that move? Was it a spicy one?" He was like, "Yeah, it was." I was like, "Hell yeah!" But obviously, props to everybody that was racing at the front. It's good racing by them. Very clean, respectful. It's good to have that.
That it is. Well, thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you back in action next week.
Yes, sir. You have a good one.
You too, buddy. Alright, folks, that's going to do it for us here at All the Dirt. Myself, Mick Olofsson, and Dean Qualley with the EFRL. I'd like to give a quick shout out to our series sponsor, Mr. Sean Patrick, in that number 26 car we saw early on. He is the owner of East to West Apparel Company, and he's our title sponsor, has been for the last 2 seasons. So thank you, Sean, for helping us out with the league. Really appreciate it. And we're going to be back in action tomorrow night with the FalconGrafix Legend Series, followed up by the Dirt Street Stock Series, which sometimes I drive, sometimes I broadcast. We'll see what happens and how many cars are there. All right, thanks, everybody. You guys have a wonderful night, and we will be back tomorrow night with the FalconGrafix Legend Series.